Hey guys, I'm doing my updated Kate Spade personal size Wellesley flip through for you today. And I'm doing it today because I'm kind of crunched for time and I am moving out of her. It's just under a year that I've been in her and I still love her just as much. She's an amazing planner. Absolutely zero complaints, but it's just time for me to try something else, and I think I want to downsize a little bit. So I've actually purchased um, a Chic Sparrow Mr. Darcy in the pocket size. See here? And I'm almost completely ready to move in. This is not the final version, but it is really close to ready to go, pending just a couple of items. So I think once I'm really excited about this. So I think once I'm ready to move in, it's just going to need to happen, and I don't want to be held up waiting, to do my last update on Kate here. So super excited about this Munchkin, and when I do get all set up, I definitely would like to do some sort of, showing off of that little guy. This thing, I have been so rough and rugged with her. I throw her in and out of my big sack bag, and she's just kind of rustling around the bottom with a bunch of stuff. So you would think that over time there would be some wear and tear happening, just naturally occurring, nothing to be upset about. But really, this thing is in immaculate condition. I can't see a single scratch on her. I mean, this leather is ridiculous. There's a smudge, but that's just going to wipe right off. This leather is ridiculous. I mean, I've never seen something held up over time like this. And the zipper and the stitching and the seams, it's just like butter. And I have had this thing packed to the max, and it's still butter. It's so smooth, it never snags. And I think the weather has definitely worn and relaxed a little bit over time. Because I did have some weird bulging going on here. I did change some stuff on the inside, so it might have something to do with that. But I do think that this has definitely softened and relaxed over time. I still have the same charm here. I had removed my pineapple because it was too heavy. So I'm just going to jump right in because I don't want this one to be nearly as long as the first one. I have a lot of the same stuff going on here. It's pretty much just housing my sticky notes and then my main spending card. However, I did alter it a little bit. So this is still where I keep my cash here for quick access, quick grab when it's sitting down in my bag, like I said before. And then I removed one of the page flags because I don't use these quite as much. So I only have one now, and I changed out the washi on that. And I still have my little tab dividers here, although I don't use those the same way as I used to. And I have a couple more sticky notes here on this little sleeve that I keep in this pocket, and these are from Michael's. These are something I just cut down from my bigger post-it. And then I have a couple more of my favorites here, just kind of staggered on top of each other. I also have this new edition, these full-size sticky notes. They're to do today sticky notes, and I have a very important use for these with my new system in my dated section. I'll show you when I get there, but these are probably my most used sticky notes. And then here in this pocket is just a catch-all. I'm not going to go through everything. I do keep a sleeve here that just kind of houses some rewards cards or gift cards or business cards that I need to keep on hand, and then more stickies on that. And then I have some stickers that I really like here. I'm not big into stickers. Another little punch card, a flyer, a grocery list, and then I have my badge here in this sleeve. Because I do keep it. It is important that I keep it as close to the front of my planner as I possibly can, because I access my building at work with this, and I get in through the security up front with this. So all I have to do is pull it out and swipe it over the gate, and I'm good to go. So everything here is still the same. It's my reversible dashboard that I showed you guys previously, although I haven't reversed it in the entire year I've been using her. I just really like the roses. So, and I'm tongue-tied. I still have the back one as well, only I just don't take them out. I mean, they're, if the option's there, it's a pretty cool idea, but I like this view. So up front, I still have my wallet section, and it starts with my coupon slot, which I've gotten really bad about keeping up with because I'm just not a big couponer, I guess. I mean, I try not to be a big spender anyway, so, but I do still put extra stickies on here just to keep track of where it's for, how much off, and when it expires. So I could either, when I use it or when it expires, I can just cross it off and I don't have to go digging. I can just see at a glance what I have going on. I still have my actually two sleeves of cards here. And I did add a sticky note to the back of this, and if found, please return to you, just on the off chance that some kind person would be the one to find this if I ever lost it, which I can't even imagine losing it. It's like an appendage. I think I sense when this is missing quicker than I sense when my phone is missing, which is kind of crazy. So I just keep like spending cards. I have my main one up here, and I keep some other main ones here, and then, you know, my license and a couple more, and everything's blocked so you can't see. And then I also have been throwing some business cards in here, and I keep a picture of my son as well, for in case anybody wants to, you know, hold on one second. In case anybody wants to see a picture of him, I don't have to go swiping through my phone. I can just open this up and show them. Or I can, if I don't want them all up in my business, I can just pull it out and show them at will. So that's a nice little addition, kind of personalizing it a little. I just have a little reminder here on the back that was before this year, I believe, and that's why it has to be there instead of my dated section. So here in my dated section, it looks the same as last time once you first flip to it, but I've altered the way I use it a little bit. Now I don't have my week on 2-page inserts. I solely use, as far as dated section per se, my month overview, which is just this little thing here. And it is on 1 page, so it is really small, which has been a task to get used to, but it's working. So I took out all of my week on 2-page inserts that had been in here before, and I keep this all the way back to January just as reference, because that's all I put in here is important things to refer to on certain dates or just future planning. And then when you turn to my divider here, my current month, it is getting kind of packed. So actually I think I'm going to have more room when I move into this little pocket size, because it's going to be on 2 pages. So I'm looking forward to that, or it might be the same amount of room, but at least I'm used to it. So what I have going on here is, previously in my old setup, I had the week on 2 pages, and this is one of what they look like. And I was tracking my to-dos down the left side and my meetings down the right side, which I had mentioned was a perfect setup for me, because that's my life, and it still is. However, I track my meetings electronically, and I found myself backtracking, trying to get them all written down, and they just kept multiplying to where I was having several, I mean, like 5 to 6 a day sometimes. So I thought, why do I really need to give myself the extra task, the sometimes daunting task, as busy as I get, of having to write all those down, which left me just with the need to write down my to-dos. So I thought, maybe I can just do my month overview and a to-do list, which, if you take out the weeks in this setup for a day timer, that's what you have. You have a blank page, and then you have the month overview. So I thought, why not just use that template? And I think that could work really well. And I was worried about like day specific to-dos, but I have a system for that. So that's what I got going on with my month overview here. This is an extra page. I started on this page and I just started writing down everything I needed to do, and as I crossed it off, I would put sticky notes on top of it. Now, if I did have a day or any particular task that was time sensitive or day specific, had to be done that day, that's where these sticky notes came into play that I keep up here. If I have one day that is going to be packed full of things that absolutely have to be done that day, I just throw them on that. If it's, you know, just one random thing that I know has to get done that day, then I'll just start using all these other stickies just for any sort of call out, or I'll use my little pink pastel highlighter just to make it pop a little bit more. So this is not initially how it looked, but once I'm over here, because I had to add a new sheet, once I do finish or address the sticky, then I'm just kind of picking it up and I'm moving it back here because I don't really need this page anymore. So once I've moved on over to this, I can kind of throw all the done stuff back here, so it's not confusing to the eye about what needs attention. So that's working for me. I can't say it's not working. So I'm going to be moving that kind of same system over to the pocket size. The only dated section I'm going to have is a month overview, month layout, and then it's just going to be to-do lists, to-do lists, to-do lists. So I think that's something that's going to work for me. I don't need to write all my meetings down and my scheduled events. So if I have another scheduled event that's not tracked at work, I can just put it here in the month overview. So this is working. I've been doing it for about a month now, and I kind of like it. It's much more practical for my way in my life. So I have these all the way through December, the end of the year. And then just some more sticky reminders. And then I have a 2017 year overview here. My little accordion post-its on the back. And this is a Kate Spade insert also, so it's pretty cute. And then I have a couple more stickies on this dashboard, so to speak. And I changed this out since last time to make it look a little bit more Kate Spade-y with the black and white stripes. And I like that clean, crisp look, I think, a lot more now than I used to, too. And I still have the same pocket that I just swapped out onto this background. And now it's housing a couple of lists that I got from Michael's. They're adorable. They're little shopping and to-do lists. However, they're so long and they don't stick very well, and they only have one tiny little strip. So not as easy to use as I'd like, but I do keep them just in case. In my pocket, my zip pouch, I just have a lot of the same stuff. It is like stickers and stamps and paper clips and little, like, a few post-its here and there. I'm not going to pull everything out. Just, it's kind of a catch-all. I have an address that I, rip off of an envelope that I want to remember. It goes in here. I just try to keep it as not bulky as I possibly can. Here is my to-do notes, just kind of scratch section. And I have a tab up here. This is to do, and I got these tabs here from Michael's. They just kind of fold over and they have an adhesive back, and I love them. They are so cute. Even though it's not all to do section, but I do have a page here of some personal to-dos. And then this little reminder is a flyer for my son that I had just thrown in here to remind me to look into some soccer lessons for him. So that I can just, pop in and out. I'm still a big fan of doing that. So yeah, I try to keep like the personal stuff a little bit separate than the work section. And then I have some more pages here that I cut out of a journal. They just have little flowers down the side, so I thought it was really cute. Some Filofax note pages. Here I have some, I don't think this was in the last one I showed you. This is some list paper that I just cut down and I stuck back to back because I think it's so cute. It's got little pastel watercolor hearts on it, and I think it's adorable. So I just kind of use this for my lists. Here is like a grocery list, and then once I scratched up most of that off, I have a Target list. Pretty much those are the two places I go, Target and grocery store. So that all finds its way into here, and that's where I keep my divider for this back section, is on my current need to buy section. And these, to mention again, I've had these since the first video. These are Project Life dividers, and they do come full sheet. So you cut them down and you pop holes and slits, and you've got a pretty awesome little divider that holds up nicely over time. So I like those a ton. And then just another little snip of something I want to do. I still have these list pages. I think they were in here last time I showed this. Really, really cute with the glasses. She catches random, I don't know, pretty much ideas is what this one has going on. Like meal ideas, video ideas or home binder ideas or chores to remember. Here I still have in these blue pages sort of like an inspirational affirmations to remember, motivation, stuff like that. And I kind of died down on using this, but I keep them in here just because they're still nice to refer to. Most of this stuff makes it to my journal now. So, and then I'm getting into my budget here. A couple more stickies, just you never know when you're going to need stickies. So I did swap this page out. I didn't like what I had going on here before, and I love this a lot more. And I've actually used this paper in my pocket one as well because I love it so much. So I have another little tab and it says important because obviously it's budget. I could have written in my own, but I like the little gold foil letters. So I just made that important. Same exact budget system as the one I showed you previously. I did just recently switch over to a new set because I filled up all of last year's. So this is what it looks like, and this is my monthly expense record, and I have it from August through July because that just works. That's kind of when our year starts over, my son with his school, and it's right after my birthday, and it's kind of like a milestone time, you know, the end of July, where things feel like they're renewing for me. So this layout works. And I have all my bills laid out from due date, you know, earliest to latest in the month. And then I have, you know, bills and utilities here. And then I have like debt payments that I need to make here. And I just write down what they are as the months go so I can refer back and see like trends on my power bill and stuff like that. And I used to have stuff down here as well, but I ended up removing that. Now I'm going to be transitioning this whole system over to my new pocket layout as well, and that's going to be pretty easy for this since I don't use a section because these are about the size. So I'm just going to have to split it into, not even split it, I'm just going to have to cut it down. It's going to look exactly the same. That'll transfer pretty easy, but these sections back here, not so much. I'm going to have to cut them in half and make this into 2 pages and then this into 2 pages. So essentially my 3 pages is going to become actually maybe 6 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 pages. My 4 pages is going to become 6 pages. I can't count. And this savings plan and debt tracker have been my best friend. The savings plan helped me to save thousands beyond my expected goal last year, which was pretty amazing because I set the bar kind of high. So I definitely decided to stick to this going forward because it was just perfect. I have them all laid out by my savings accounts, and then I have very faintly typed in how much I have to set aside each month in that account to get to the goal by the end of July. And I kind of gave you a brief look at that in my first video as well. And then my debt tracker. So I haven't even started filling some of this in because I'm still in August. So that is all there is to that. Hasn't changed. Like I said, not a whole lot has. And then I still house my receipts in this plastic pocket here. I think it's like a daytimer pocket. And in the back of that, I have my washi in this little envelope that I used to have in the back secretarial pocket, but I've moved up here. I still don't know how I'm going to transfer that over. That's one thing that I'm going to miss is this receipt pouch because I don't know how I'm going to put them in my pocket size. I'm going to have to fold them down even more already. Like, I already hate folding them down so much so they have to fit in here. So it's going to be a little frustrating working with the pocket size on that, but I'll get used to it. This I moved to the back because it holds a couple of my post-its that I use for to-dos, and it's just easier to write on them when they're up higher on the rings. So, okay, and that's it. That's the insides of my planner. There's my back dashboard that you can also remove if you'd like to switch things up. And then in the secretarial pocket, just a couple of like flyers or things to remember. This is a full-size sheet on my car. Some recommendations. This is another thing that I don't know how I'm going to fit or move this style of storage into my pocket, because I like that I can have a full page and then just fold it into fourths and fit it back in the back of this. I'm not going to really want to fold stuff over again to keep it in my pocket, so that's going to be interesting. It's going to be an adjustment. And I had complained about my pen loop in the previous video because it was so tight to get this this grip down through there. That did not wear and loosen up over time. The only thing that did wear was the insides, which have this pink cloth, and it started pulling apart, and every time I'd pull it out, I would pull out the threading with it. So this had a clip. This is my favorite pen, this Pilot G2. This had a clip on it, and I started just clipping it to the secretarial pocket here, which worked pretty well, and I started just ignoring the pin loop altogether. But then over time it pulled and the clip popped off, and I was of course devastated. However, that made me realize that suddenly it freed me up to slide my pen in and out of the loop pretty well. So if I had any complaint about this planner, it would be the pen loop, the size of it. But I think if you were to go any bigger, you wouldn't be able to zip it around it comfortably. So, I mean, it works out. So if you have a thin enough pen, it really isn't an issue, and I haven't had a problem with this. I'm really happy with the way this works. So that's it. That's my whole Kate Spade. Not a ton changed, but I did just want to do one final walkthrough before I move out, because, you know, it may just be for my sake, so that I can remember her. If I skim through anything too fast, let me know. I just wanted to keep this one a little bit shorter, if at all possible. So let me know if you liked the video, and of course give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I try to do these every once in a while. And let me know if you have questions or comments. I love to see what you guys say and share this stuff. So thank you. I really appreciate you watching. Bye.